Baby, 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 you driving me wild, you driving me so crazy. Got me acting out, got me tryna stay sober. Wanted your love and I'm out here hungover. You made me wanna take you to London, Paris. Times will cherish. No comparing to you.
Hello everybody. What's up kids? I'm Sherry. Thank you for coming. Welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a little bit of a different video because I'm going to share with you one of my new endeavors, and I'm going to tell you everything that you're going to need and just kind of give you a little bit of my nail journey. Okay, while I talk to you, I'm just going to kind of begin getting ready to soak off my nails. I want to give you a little bit of my nail journey. When I was younger, I never even worried much about what I was doing with my nails, but as I got older, I started to want to have my nails done. I'm taking my jewelry off. I'm kind of swollen, so it's, yeah. And through my college years, I think when I could afford it, I mostly got acrylics, or back then there were fiberglass nails. So I've removed my jewelry, and one of the first things you'll need is a file, or you're going to need an e-file. And most people don't have these. If you have one, great. If you don't, a hand file is fine. The one that I have here is 100/180 grit, and I always kind of use the lighter, finer grit. I start off just by filing these, and I think I'm going to go with the stronger grit actually. Since I'm removing these fully, I just want to break through the top coat and get to the under side of that, just kind of take off the top layer. And this is just a way to kind of make the nail a little bit more porous and for it to soak up the acetone a little bit easier. So while I'm filing, I'll tell you about my journey. I used to do acrylics for years and years. In fact, I think I had about 20 years where I had acrylics on without a break. I just went every 2 weeks, got them done, was happy with them, and then I think I got to the point where I just got tired of going, or it got expensive, or something to that effect. My friend Wendy at school got her gel nails done by my good friend Victoria, who became my nail tech. She still is, even though I do my own nails now. She still is. I still consider her my nail tech. But anyways, I got gel nails for several years, and they worked great, and then I learned how to do them myself. And all that to say, my biggest problem with the gel nails is I would have to spend like 2 hours on a Saturday or Sunday soaking them off, and I just got to the point, and then like 2 hours putting them back on, I just got to the point where I didn't. I'm gonna move this for now because I don't want it to get covered with dust. I'm just gonna move all this stuff, and I'll talk to you about it in a minute. I love these little papers. I got these at Amazon, and they just kind of catch all the crud. But anyways, I just didn't want to take half of one of my weekend days every week. And I just started just doing nail polish. But I got tired of doing nail polish twice a week. My nails do not hold polish. They chip. It comes off. In order for my nails to look nice, I would have to do them twice a week. And again, I didn't want to take the time to do that. I'm a busy gal. I have a full-time job. I have family and work obligations and home obligations and yard obligations and obligations for my obligations. And so I don't have time for all that. So I looked into dip powder nails, and I had experienced some dip powder nails once before. And you guys are gonna have to forgive me because I am not used to filming my hands and trying to keep myself in frame so you can see what I'm doing. Good gravy. This will probably be an absolute train wreck, but I'm trying because this is something that I am happy to know, and I would assume that other people that get their nails done or do their own nails would be happy to know. So, where was I? Oh, I had gotten dip powder nails before, and I got them done at a salon, and now that I'm doing them myself, I see that they were just not wanting to use very much product, and therefore they were super thin, and they would crack like repeatedly within days or hours even of me getting them done, and it's like, this is not going to work. These aren't for me. So I just quit pursuing them and went back to acrylics. And anyways, I have been seeing over Christmas this Nail Boo ad. I mean, inundated with this Nail Boo ad. And I was like, well, it looks easy enough. And I got, this is just what I do. When I get a new inkling, I get obsessed with it, and I get obsessed with it. And so I started researching, watching videos on YouTube, just like I always do with anything that I start wanting to learn about. And so they had, obviously, just like I found the beauty community, they have a nail community. They have a nail dip community. I found a couple girls, Marla Chris, Sip and Dip, a couple people that I really enjoyed their personality and enjoyed watching and learned so much from them. And so I ordered the Nail Boo kit, and I was so excited to try it. And of course, just like most things, it was not as easy as it looked. And so it was definitely a learning curve. My first few sets were a train wreck. And, you know, luckily I had some filing experience because I am a licensed cosmetologist. I'm not a licensed nail tech per se, but I have a lot of experience. I used to do nails, and so I know a lot of what goes into it. But anyways, train wreck, first few sets, train wreck. This one that I've done is probably the best one that I've done, and this was for Valentine's Day, and I've worn it for a good 3 weeks. It lasted well for me. I didn't have any lifting, I didn't have any chipping. They are a little bit thicker than what I would ideally want, but I would rather have a little bit thicker, and they last for 3 weeks than have them thin and crack and break. So therefore, going forward, I have ordered 4,000 different colors, different dip kits, some on Amazon, some from, you know, little family-owned businesses, and I have found the combinations of things that I really like. And so, all that being said, I still do not want to spend 2 hours soaking off my nails. And so in the process of doing all my research, I learned about this method of removing nails. And when I was in beauty school, we had these little plug-in contraptions that were about this big that we would put foil in, and we would use tin foil and lotion and have people put their nails in it to get like a warming, moisturizing treatment. We also used it with acetone. And so when I used to soak off in acetone, I would be like, you know, I know this would go faster if this was heated, but how do I heat this? I can't find the little warmers anymore. What do I do to heat this? And I thought, well, you know, obviously I'm not dumb enough. Well, I might be. I'm not dumb enough to put acetone on a heat source, obviously. And so I was like, how do I do it? I just sit there in the cold acetone and spend 4 hours waiting for my nails to get soaked off and just dig it off, go back in, dig it off, go back in for 18,000 different times, right? So this is different. So I'm going to show you now. And this step that I just did, you don't even have to do. It just makes it quicker. And so I take that extra step. So going from there, you're going to need, I have like 2 paper towels that are folded up and 2 Ziplocs. And you can use one. I just like to go into a new set of this whenever I'm ready for the second hand. I usually try to do the left hand first because I like to be able to use my right hand for as long as possible. Today I'll probably do that because I will probably need my right hand for something, touching my camera or something. So The other thing that you're gonna need is, this is called Onyx Professional Soak Off. And let me see if I can get it in here for you. It is basically 100% acetone, but it is made to soak off gel and all nail coatings, it says. It's maximum strength, but it's got coconut oil, and it's got vitamin E, grapeseed oil. It says it removes gel nails, nail polish, artificial nails, nail glue, glitter polish, and more. And so I don't see that this is much different than just 100% acetone, except for the addition of the moisturizing things. And if you've ever done any kind of soak off, you know that acetone is really tough on your skin, and by the time you get everything off, your skin is usually white with dryness because it just sucks all the natural oils out of your skin. So I really do like this. In my microwave right now is a bowl with a handle and water that I have nuked for about 3 to 4 minutes. Obviously, you need to be safe with it. You need to do a quick test and make sure that it's not going to burn your hands. But the hot water is the added element that heats up the acetone that makes the process of this so much faster. And the first time I did this, I think I got done in about 7 minutes, and I could not believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a game changer for me. I did do some gel toppers, some gel process with dip powders, and when I had gel that was cured under a light, it did take longer. But this is really like a 10-minute or less process, and obviously I'm not going to have you watch the whole thing, but I will, show you how to get started and tell you how long it took and show you kind of what it looks like in process. But this is so fast that I can't even imagine, like, I wish I could have all those hours back that I spent doing this, because the impatience that I felt and the feeling that I was wasting my time when I needed to be doing something and my hands were occupied, therefore I couldn't do anything while doing this. It used to make me crazy to the point where I just didn't do any kind of nails other than just polishing my nails. Polishing my nails. So I am gonna go get my bowl of hot water, and then I will show you the next steps. Basically what we're gonna do, and I'll get these both ready. This is basically 2 paper towels folded together, and I basically just fold it in half and tuck it into the Ziploc, where it's down in there like that. So there's one. And then, like I said, you can use one for both hands. I like to reheat my water, and I also like to start with a new set of paper towel, Ziploc, and soak off stuff. So when I get back in here, I'm going to be pouring this into here enough to soak up. It will soak into the towel, and I would say it's probably 1/4 of this bottle, maybe. I keep forgetting. I don't know how to film this, you guys. Forgive me. I will learn. About 1/4 of this bottle. I'll show you when I'm pouring it in. But I'm going to go get my water, and we'll get started. Alright, I am back. I've got my bowl here. Just a suggestion, if you have a bowl that has a handle, it is very helpful in picking up the bowl after it's got very hot water in it, because the handle doesn't get hot. We're going to start by opening up our Ziploc, opening up our soak off, and I'm going to pour it in. And I do have like a little protector underneath, and you can see how much is in it now. That's really not enough. You kind of need to have enough for it to pool in the bottom. And that's about it. See how it's soaked up, but there's also some in the bottom where you can see. All right, I'm just gonna give another splash just for good measure. Make sure you cap up your soak off. All right, so just to show you how I put my hand in, I put my hand in between the two paper towels, and once I stick my hand into the water, the paper towel and the plastic of the Ziploc will protect my skin from the hot water. If it gets too hot, just pull it out for a minute. In time, it will cool down enough. So I'm gonna move this over where you can see it, and I'm also gonna get my phone here, and I'm gonna start I feel like there's not enough in here. So I'm gonna say about 1/3 of this bottle. I would have like a paper towel, a little towel of some kind nearby, so if you need to pull it out, you have something to wipe your hands on. Okay, so I'm in between, my fingers are in between, and now I'm just gonna dip it down into the water, and it is pretty hot. But I'm gonna start a stopwatch so that by the end of it, we can see how long this took. But I'm moving my fingers around. It is a little hot, and I did this for 4 minutes, so it's a little too hot. I'm gonna have to rise up and down and get out of here a little bit at a time. But if you'll just move your fingers around and kind of use the paper towel as a friction to just kind of, I mean, what I'll do is I'll just let it sit there for a minute or two, then I'll move my fingers around and kind of rub my fingers against the paper towel, because that is what ultimately will take it off. The other thing that used to bother me about doing soak off without any kind of heat is I would like file and dig and use a little nail device. What are they called? Like a little cuticle remover to just dig, and it felt like it was just never all gonna come off. And so when I did this the first time and it came off cleanly, I mean, it was completely gone, and my nail looked healthy. That was the other thing. I felt like I was damaging my nails by like digging at it with a sharp object trying to get it to come off, or filing repeatedly and just jacking my natural nail up. And that was the other thing. It's like the whole purpose of for me was to grow my nails out, and nothing was happening. So we're at 1:34. I'm probably, oh, of course I'm gonna stop it on accident. There we go. We're at 1:40. I'm gonna go ahead and just let it do its thing for a good 3 or 4 minutes, and then I'll show you where we're at. But it will take it off cleanly, no damage to your natural nail. It's awesome. Now, I do have a very chunky glitter on this time, and glitters do take longer, just like they do whenever you're taking off normal nail polish. The glitter just doesn't want to come off. So chances are my 2 glitter fingers are the ones that are going to be still on at the end, but it will come off. So let's just hang out here for a minute, and I'll come back in about when I've been in here about 5 minutes and show you where we're at. All right, guys, I'm back, and we're at about 6 minutes. And as you can see, this one's almost, let me get in here. As you can see, the ones that don't have glitter are almost all the way off, but the ones with glitter are like seriously starting to come off. So that's where we're at. Back in we go. All right, we are now at 11 minutes, and the glitter's almost gone. The pinky is not, but I need to give more attention to it when I'm moving my fingers. But you can see these 2 are almost fully off. The thumb is almost fully off. So we're getting there. A little bit longer because of all the chunky glitter. But still a far cry from 2-3 hours, right? All right, guys, I'm at about 17 minutes, and this is taking way longer than last time, but the last time I just had dip powders. I didn't have a bunch of glitters, and so I'm still gonna be super happy that we're probably gonna be done with this by 20 minutes. But as you can see, I have been reaching in and kind of pulling the top layer off of the glitter because it's just so chunky, but we're getting there. It's almost off of my thumb, almost off of my ring finger. So we're just gonna keep on rolling with it and keep on moving my finger against the paper towel until it all comes off. Okay guys, I'm finally dip powder glitter free. It took about 24 minutes, but that being said, it probably only took about 10 to 12 minutes for the regulars. And even though this one and this one didn't, or this one and this one didn't look like glitter, they were shimmers. So maybe that's why it took a little bit longer. But as you can see, my nails, I'm gonna move this. What I do after that is I just kind of get the air out of it. I zip it up and into the trash it goes, and along with all the mess. So that's super convenient. All right. I'm gonna move my bowl over and show you what I do now. You can see that I do have like white. The nails are very dehydrated. And so while I do the other nails, I take my Candy Skincare, and I will need to wash my hands very well whenever I get done, because I can feel stickiness like from the remnants being on my skin. But I'm gonna go ahead and just cover my entire nail with, and forgive my shaking, I just have had a weird health day and I'm super jittery for some reason. So I'm going to go ahead and just cover my entire nail with cuticle oil and get some of that moisture back in there. And I am so excited that I have a free edge. OMG, you guys. I haven't had a free edge, and like my natural nails, they will not grow. But protected by this dip powder, they are growing, and it's exciting. And honestly, I just maybe want a little, maybe a millimeter or two more length, and I would be like just keeping them, maintaining that length. So while that's going and getting my nails back hydrated again, I am going to take my bowl and go reheat my water and get into the second part. Whenever I do the timing this time, I'm going to look at how long it took just a regular dip powder, how long it took shimmery dip powders. These two are shimmery dip. These two are shimmery dip powders. This one's just regular dip powder, and then the chunky. And we'll see how long it takes for this one, these, and these. Because this one's gonna come off fast, these are gonna come off relatively fast, and these take a good time. So I will get better information to you on the next go round on as far as timing is concerned. I'll be back. Back for round 2. I went ahead and washed my hands because I couldn't stand the feeling. So I'm gonna reapply my cuticle oil here so I can get a nice drink. I am loving this Candy Skincare. The scent that I have is called Poolside Ice, and it smells like a margarita. It's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pour more of my acetone into the new bag. I guess I used a little over half of this bottle. And get my water back into position here. And go ahead and start my timer, but I gotta get in here. I think I just want more. There we go. Want it nice and juicy. Okay, I'm gonna start now. I'm gonna pull it out and show you whenever I see that my just regular dip powder is gone. I stopped my timer at 5 minutes. I can show it to you. 5 minutes and 39 seconds because upon checking I see that my middle finger, which is just the regular dip powder, is clean. My two shimmery ones are looking pretty clean too, so it won't be much longer. I would say maybe 1 or 2 minutes and those will be also clear. I'll check back in when those are gone. Okay, I'm back again. 7 minutes and 47 for the shimmer powders from these two fingers. This one and this one. So now all we have left is, and I broke this fingernail underneath. Don't ask me how, but it was broken before. I didn't do it while I'm taking these off. So I'm gonna go ahead and get back after these glitters. Actually, while I'm out, I'll show you what I did. I just kind of peeled off the little heart glitters that are up top, just to let it, well, now it's hardened a little bit from being out. So anyways, scraping those off a little bit so that it can get to the actual acrylic part. So back in we go. Okay, finally we are free and clear. And that was at around 20 minutes. So you can know that it's gonna take a long time if you have chunky glitters, but still 40 minutes in comparison to 2 to 3 hours, I think is a good bargain. So we're free and clear. I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way. I've made a big time mess, but I'm gonna dry my hands off here on this and go ahead and put some more cuticle oil on so we can get a little bit of hydration. So just so you know, my nails are brittle and they break super easily. They layer and peel. They are just not good. It doesn't matter. I do take some supplements trying to make them stronger, and it does help. It makes them grow fast, but they still do not ever, like without some kind of strengthening agent on top of them, they will never grow. They will always break and peel. Even some of them, even with some support. So I'm gonna go ahead and just massage this in. All of that to say that once I have my dip powder off or gel off or whatever it is I decide to use that day, that week, that month, I have to have something covering my nails or they will immediately break. Like the minute the oil gets into my nails, and I've got little hearts all over the place, little bits of glitter, but the minute the moisture has, you know, gone, the minute I get my hands wet, the minute I do anything that would put any kind of stress against them, they are going to break. So the time in between me removing the dip powder and me reapplying the dip powder, I can't leave my nails uncovered because they will get broken. I'll go and you know, unload the dishwasher or change the laundry, and I'll knock one of them and it will end up breaking it. So all of that to say, I have to put something on my nails in order to keep them safe in between. And so I'm gonna just let this sink in, massage this in, and probably repeat this step 2 or 3 times just to really get some really good moisture going, and just kind of help them to recover from the trauma that I just put them through, putting them in something that takes all of the moisture out. And after that, I'm gonna come back and put on this Nail Tech. It's a ridge filler, but it's also a strengthener for soft and peeling nails, and it gives my nails just enough of a barrier and a strengthener in order to keep them safe until I apply my next dip powder. So I'm gonna let this beautiful oil sink in for a few minutes, and I'll come back with my Nail Tech and we'll put that on, and then we'll be out of here. All right, so now these are nice and dry. I'm gonna go ahead and apply another layer of cuticle oil and just give it another nice drink. And this will conclude my soaking off process. I hope you learned something. I am 99% sure that my filming technique here has been an absolute train wreck, but I tried and I wanted to share it with you so that if this was something that you had also not wanted to give your time to, that there's a method that takes way less time and is just not nearly as messy or problematic as it once was. So, yay! So that being said, let me know if you'd be interested in seeing the application of the dip powder. I am no expert and my finished sets do not come out perfectly, but I am getting better and I would be glad to show you how I do it if you're interested. But for now, I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my Saturday. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Give me a thumbs up if this was helpful to you, and I'm trying to figure out how to wave to you. Oh, good gravy. Bye-bye. Bye. 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 Toodaloo. Bye. See you next time. Peace.